For Asgard, let the sun be our shield. It should be, let the lightning be our sword and the sun be our shield. As I'm at the bus stop waiting, hopefully I can say something before my bus arrives. There's a continuation of, I hate people, and I've hated people since, I was a child, and I hated children first. If anything, I hated children first. And then, as I got older, I started to hate people in general. And now looking back at the origin of why I hate people, it started back with children. And we look at children today, or any time really, any place. And I know there's always going to be exception, but overall and generally speaking, children are not good. They were not created good. If there is this God that created children, I don't think that they were created in the bestest, if that's a word, or a perfect way. People will say children are innocent, children are pure and all that. Maybe yeah, they start off innocent. They start off pure. But I think some children are born bad. Some children later develop to be bad. Some children, are born good. Some children are developed to be good as children. Some good children end up being developed to be bad adults, and some bad children end up to be good adults. So there's no one way to this. However, when I look at society and my experiences, observations in real life, and things I see in the media and the news, people are the worst. People are the worst. Adults are no better than children, and they really aren't any better than children. They do exact same types of behaviors as children does. The only difference is with children, most of the time, children are not doing drugs. They're not drinking alcohol. And they will still act out. Whereas adults will act out with or without alcohol. And most of the time, it's usually with drugs or some type of substance in them. I'm not saying all of them do. With adults, they can be triggered, be set off for nothing. Just like children can be set off from nothing. Nothing, man. There really is no, other than, years of experience in general, the size, the biology, development, adults and children are not that different, just coming from me. They've been destructive since I was children people have been destructive since I was a child. And I've seen it with my own eye, which is why I hate people. That's why I hated children. And I really did hate children. There was a time where I did hate them, and then I started liking them again because I found a group of children that were so perfect. And I thought, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to work with children. They're not that bad anymore. Why did I hate children in the first place? So then I go out working with children, and some are good and some are bad. And it's just the bad ones that just, that will break you. It's the bad ones. And then, dealing with adults too. And it's like, damn. Why are people in general so bad? Why are they so stupid? Why can't they think for themselves? Why can't children think for themselves? I did. I was able to think for myself. I was able to make decisions on my own. So why can't they do it? And why? Because they've been influenced by this dumbed down society to be dumbasses. To behave dumb. To behave incompetent. They're treated like they're incompetent. Some are born incompetent. Some develop to be incompetent. There's so many ways, but you know, it's just people in general. I just hate people. Just there's I can't say there's nothing good about them, but damn, man, it's like I can respect people in the sense of like business. You know, go to a store, they have something there, you buy and leave. I can respect that. They invent stuff. I can respect that when it comes to people. I respect people when they leave me alone. I respect people when they're on time, when they're following instructions, when they're not being annoying. But the moment, you know, you're in a group, around people in a group, wherever it is, a banquet hall or a restaurant, in the mall, it's just like, people are the worst. The things they do, they're so messy. They're so filthy. Oh, people are the worst, man. Public washrooms. I'm not saying, you know, public washrooms are not going to get dirty from time to time, but some people, you damn well know it's you know, one individual. Really, that one individual making a big mess. They're peeing all over the damn seat in a public washroom where many others, seniors, children, people with OCD are going to be using these public washrooms. They will piss and shit over the seat and whatnot. And they don't have the audacity to, hey, just take a piece of tissue, clean it up, and wash their hands. They can't even do that. I'm not saying it has to be perfectly clean, but at least try. At least try. But they can't even do that. They can't do that. People are just filthy and disgusting. People, they're just, their base is being disgusting and filthy. Without the government and jobs telling them to clean up or recycle or clean up after yourself, do you think people would do that? No, they wouldn't. People would not clean up after themselves if the government wasn't like telling them what to do, or if they didn't have the, you know, garbage trucks and things like that, or laws or money coming in. People are just nasty and filthy, man. And that's one reason why I'm probably so OCD. I won't say I'm like very OCD. I'm not like crazy psychotic OCD, but I'm OCD. Germs, if I see germs, see something nasty, I'm freaking out. I'm not gonna freak out so the whole place can hear me. I'm freaking out inside me. I'm freaking out, man. Something nasty or disgusting. I don't want to be near it. I'll clean up after myself. Like in the gym, like there's an exception in the gym when it comes to cleaning up after yourself when you're using equipment. I can see if you're just using the equipment for 2 seconds, you're not as sweaty. You're using it for like maybe a couple sets. You're not too sweaty or anything. Then you don't really need to wipe off the machine when you're done. But if you're sweaty, your shirt's sweaty, you're on the machine for maybe 5 minutes or not, wipe the machine, please. A lot of you own dogs too, and not, and you're filthy. Just wipe the machine. Get a piece of paper at least, a dry piece of paper is something. Do something at least. Yeah, wipe the machine when you're done. If you use it for over 5 minutes, you know you're sweaty, your shirt is sweaty and all that and whatnot, wipe the machine. Some people don't even do that. And I'm not always gonna wipe it if I'm only using it for a short amount of time. If I'm only using it for a short amount of time and I'm not sweaty, I'll say 8 times out of 10, I'm not going to wipe it. But when I know I'm sweaty and I've been on the machine for a very long time, I'm going to wipe it. But people are so disgusting. They don't know how to keep clean. They're just so nasty, man. Their behavior is nasty. Their behavior is nasty. Their etiquette, their manners, their hygiene is nasty. Man, you gotta see, like, why do other people have to tell other people to be clean? We shouldn't need signs that say no littering. We shouldn't need signs that say pick up after yourself. It should be just common sense. Clean up after yourself. It takes like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You're not gonna miss anything in this lifetime. You're not missing anything. These people can't clean up after themselves. Can't take 2 seconds to clean up after themselves. Obviously, it's not all of them, but a lot of them do. A lot of them are just nasty people. Their behavior is bad. The way they treat other people, the way they treat themselves, they treat their homes, the way they treat the environment. Like, why can't you take care of the environment? You only have one place to live. This is it. And you don't realize if you destroy it, you don't take care of it, you're done. And I could go on with all the elites and the capitalists, but let's keep them out of the equation for now. I'm talking about regular, normie people littering, treating the environment, plants like nothing, like garbage. I mean, if we all littered and were destructive in the environment, we would not have an environment on Earth. Imagine if we were all so nasty like people who litter, who are destructive in the environment. Look at places like India. Imagine if we were all like India. Look at their lakes and their rivers. It's disgusting. I'm not saying lakes in the North Americas are any better, because it's a different degree. But I can go to the polluted lakes in Lake Ontario, and at least they look like it's clean. But you look at India and places like that, you see literal garbage in their lakes, literal sewage, trash. They're shitting in their lakes, and at the same time, they're bathing in these lakes, in these rivers. Why couldn't they take care of their lakes and their rivers in the first place? It's so nasty, man. They are nasty. I don't care. This is not a racist thing. I'm just calling it out as what it is. I hate all people. It's funny how you can hate all people, and some people will just laugh at it and be like, whatever. But the moment you hate just one person or one set of, or not to say hate, but the moment you call it one kind of people, all of a sudden people are up in arms. So I'm okay. So it's more acceptable to hate everyone than it is to just to call it one group or a couple people. Like, it's just crazy how society works. If a majority of people are doing something, I'm calling them out. It's fact. It's right there. They're being destructive. They're doing it. I call it everyone. I call it myself too. If I'm doing something wrong, call it out on me. That's how we learn and get better. But we live in a society of dumb people that don't want to get better. They don't want to hear anything. I don't want to say anything. They don't want to hear anything constructive or positive. They don't want to hear their BS being called out. They want to continue to be their toxic self. They want to continue to be toxic. You're not allowed to call them out on their nasty behavior. So they're going to keep doing it. You're going to keep doing it. I hate people, man. And every culture, every country has toxic people. And I'm pretty sure every country has good people. Maybe every country has someone just like me who hates people, who are disgusted by people. I hate them all, man. They've all proven people in general. I don't say all. I always say all, but when I say all, I don't mean actually all, but it's just habit. But people in general have proven to be unworthy, despicable scum. It's not just the adults. It's not just the children. It is all of them. They're druggies. They're meth heads. Alcoholics. They're disgusting. They own dogs. They're filthy. They're rude to each other, rude to their family. What good are people? They're destructive to the environment. What good are people if they're so weak? They're weak. They're weak. Anyway, my bus is here, so I gotta go for Asgard.